Welcome everyone to Tutorial Tuesday. It's week number 3, 2020. I'm so glad that you're along with us. Hey, I have a couple of amazing announcements that you want to stick around for, and then we'll get right into your questions. But first, thank you for tuning in and participating. Announcement number 1, my fall photography workshop is going to be out on the DX Ranch in South Dakota with Jen Zeller, aka the South Dakota Cowgirl. It's September 4th through the 6th. Swipe over, check that out. Now, I am so honored that for the 3rd year in a row, I'll be able to host that workshop out on the DX Ranch. You don't want to miss out on this. The spots fill up quick. One is already gone, so there's only 9 spots left. Swipe over, take a look at that. Announcement number 2, if you haven't yet checked out my wife Jo and I's podcast, the Small Business Roundup, swipe over, take a listen to that. We just released a new one on marketing, and next week we'll be releasing another one with a special guest in studio. So you want to swipe over, whoop, just like that, take a listen to the Small Business Roundup. We talk about everything small business. Listen to it. Let's get into your questions. There's absolutely a lot that can be said about this question, but I'll give you a few tips. Number 1, build relationships. Go down to the galleries that you want to present to and meet them. Number 2, make sure you have a cohesive body of work. And number 3, do your research, do your homework on the gallery, and find out the artists that they represent and the work that they exhibit. That'll give you a good insight as to where your work will or will not fit in. So I hope those help you. Like I always say in the beginning, thank you for tuning in and thank you for your participation, because without it, these Tutorial Tuesdays wouldn't be as terrific as they are. So thank you. Hey Emily, thank you for the question. I use a Canon 5D Mark III and a Canon 5D Mark IV. With those cameras, they have 61 selectable focal points, and I use every one of them, especially when I'm out doing a branding or out covering ranch activity, because my subjects are always moving. So if you look at this frame right here, those 61 focal points would cover this area, and I will literally move that focal point around to where my subject is. And I'll show you an example of how I do that by posting a picture next. So let's take a look at that. As we look at that compilation of Will at the Ranch Rodeo a couple weeks ago, what I did was I had my focal point turned over to a single focal point in camera, and I held it on him and just continued to move. Now, that was in combination of using AI servo on Canon as well, that predictive focusing method. But you can even see that his teammate came by and he was still in focus. So I'm holding on to that focus point while pressing the shutter halfway down and then maintaining that lock on focus. A lot of people use back button focusing. I've tried it, I don't like it. I use the button right up front. For me, when my subject is moving, I will move that focus point around and stick it right on my subject to maintain that focus. So I hope that helps you. Oh man, social media strategy makes it sound so businessy. I wouldn't say that I have an actual social media strategy as much as I have a desire to share my work and tell the stories of the families that I come in contact with. If somebody likes it, great. The way that I look at my portfolio on social media is more of a living blog, if you will, maybe a miniature blog, and I use my website in connection with that, but I consider my website a parking place. I will share this with you. As far as my workshops go, I only announce them on social media. I have an email list as well, but I only talk about them on social media, and that literally fills them up. Now, I could do paid advertising, but I never have. Good questions on filters. No, I don't. I used to. I have a polarizer in my bag that allows me to cut down on reflections in water and things like that. But no, I don't use filters on my lenses. Hey Sarah, thanks so much. I look forward to meeting you and everyone else at the photography workshop this weekend as well. I also look forward to learning and creating with everyone too. So we'll see you soon.